Okay, so we're recording now the review lesson on December 18th, Tuesday, for Thursday's midterm final. And very quickly, want to go over the first question. It was only 3/10 of the print area of the newspaper carried news. The rest of the area was filled with advertisements. The two questions you have to answer are, what percent of the print area was filled with ads? And what was the ratio of news area to ad area? And the answer for A was 70%, and the answer to B was 3/7, or a 3:7 ratio. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next question. All right, and added with the other lessons that we had previously to do, we're going to add to that lesson, right up here for you. Lesson 57 is the next lesson that we have to do. Yes? What about it? That was from both of them. That's what I'm here for. All right. Next question goes like this, and there's two parts to it. Part A, please no talking. That's your last warning. Write 0.00405 in scientific notation. You have to know what scientific notation is. All right, Amanda, Pauline, I see your hands. This is lesson 57. It's the little red 57 right there. B, write 6.25 times 10 to the negative 5 in standard notation. All right, they are the problems that we have to do. And we have our answer to A and our answer to B. Thank you, Amanda. I see your hand. Okay, I see your hands. Amanda, you'll be the first one to try to answer these for me since you raised your hand first. Okay, I see your hand. Thank you, Emma. Okay, Tanisha, I see your hand. Thank you, Liz. Okay, Catherine, I see your hand. Yep, Elise, I see your hand. Good. Anybody else need more time? Okay, Amanda, what'd you get for A portion? Portion A. 4.05 what? Okay, that's part of it. Huh? Absolutely right. 4.05 times 10 to the negative 3. Because if we go back three places, 1, 2, 3, we wind up with 0.004, which is what we started with, 0.00405. So that's the way we can make sure. Amanda, how about the B portion? What'd you get? Okay, 4 zeros, right? Okay, that's exactly right. It wants us to write this in standard notation. Well, we're already at 6 point, so what we do, if we're at 6.25, we're like right here where my marker's at, right there, and we have to go back 5 places. See the 5 up here. It's telling us to go back 5 places. We're right from here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we are. And then we fill it in with those 4 zeros. And that's standard notation. This is scientific notation. This is standard notation. Are we good? All right. Let me erase that so the boys don't see it in a few minutes. Now, when the answers are up there on the blog spot, if you need to review this, it'll have the answers. I'll leave them up there when the boys are doing it. And we will go, I think we're going to, pardon me? Oh, you know what? I am showing the boys, but they're going to have to, actually, I'm not going to put the answers in. I'm just going to probably play it for them, actually. So, all right. Our next question is going to come from lesson 50. Lesson 50. And it's going to go like this. Use a unit multiplier to convert 1,320 yards to feet. All right, when you're done, raise your hand, and I'll let you answer it. Lesson 50. Okay, Delaney, I see your hand. Okay, see your hand. Okay, Brooke, thank you. Gotcha. Okay. Yep. See your hand, Christine. Thank you. Okay, Chelsea. I should just, I'm going to pause this until we're ready to go. Thank you, Julia. Okay, the answer is 3,960 feet, like Amanda so beautifully stated. And if Amanda was to explain this to me, she would probably say, well, Dr. Kroftik, I started with 1,320 yards. And I know that there's a relationship. I know that I put yards down here because I have to cancel it. I have to cancel my yards out. And there's a relationship, a unit multiplier between yards and feet. And I know that 1 yard has 3 feet in it. So now that I have the answer that I need, which is feet, because that's what they're asking me for, feet, now I can just do my math because I have my unit that I need, and I multiply 3 times 1,320, and I get 3,960 feet. That's how I do it. Right, Amanda? Okay. And everybody understand that? Does anybody have any questions on this? Do you completely and thoroughly understand how to answer this test question? Okay. All right, then I will erase this for our boys and make this, erase all that stuff so they don't see it. And then we will move on to bigger and better things with our next question. And our next question is going to come from you need to look at investigation 6, by the way. Investigation 6 is going to ask you to do this. It's going to ask you to sketch a quadrilateral with two sides oh, I'm sorry, not two sides. Nope, 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 nope. With two pairs of parallel sides. Period. What is the name of this type of, I'm just going to call it, well, I'll spell it. Okay, Liz, I see your hand. Thank you. What is the name of this type of quadrilateral? A quadrilateral. What is a quadrilateral, by the way? Okay, it's a polygon with four sides. Okay. This is one problem. Well, no. Well, for the investigation, all you can do is look at that and make sure you understand investigation 6. Yes. Okay, so we have this quadrilateral. We know it has four sides, but it says it has to have two pairs of parallel sides. Two pairs of parallel sides. Okay, I see your hands. Who was the first one to raise their hand, by the way? Liz. So Liz, what do we call a quadrilateral with two pairs of parallel sides? Okay, it could be a rectangle. What else could it be? Parallelogram, right? And that's what it really is. A rectangle is a type of parallelogram, right? Parallelogram could be a rectangle, could be a square, right? It's got two pairs of parallel sides. A rectangle has two pair of parallel sides. A square has two pair of parallel sides. And a parallelogram, like, well, this kind here, where it's offset, we call it a parallelogram. And that's what we usually think of a parallelogram. When we say parallelogram, we always think of the slanted kind of a rectangle. But really, a parallelogram is any shape, geometric shape, that has two pair of parallel sides. If you look in your book, under the examples, I think it'll make that clear. Right? Are you with me? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Okay. So just be aware of that. Look over that chart. Make sure you know that. And we will move on to our next question. All right. Going to change color here. Go back to this beautiful blue. And now we are looking, we're almost halfway through. This is coming from lesson 48. Lesson 48. Man, I'm getting pretty good at using this thing. Remember how bad I was when I first started? I mean, it's still ugly, but better than what it used to be. Yes? How many times have you asked me that question already? Yeah, I think they have. It's alright. I'm here for. Fraction, decimal, percent. This should not be new to you. Okay? This is A. This is B. This is C. Oh, no, this is not C. My bad. Hold on. AB. This is going to be 16%. This is going to be 1 over 20. This is going to be C, and this is going to be D. Please find for me the correct numbers that go in to finish that block. Okay, Amanda, Delaney, got you, Brooke. Julia W., how we doing, kid? You with me? You getting this? Sure? That sounded like a sarcastic sure. Was that a real sure or not a real sure? It was real? Okay. Just want to make sure you know this stuff. Okay, I see your hands, ladies. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I just had a great idea that I would leave a run, so you guys can figure it out. Yeah, that was my idea. Chelsea, it wasn't Chelsea's idea. Not a bit. She can't think of that. She can't think of smart stuff like that. That's what the teacher's for. That's right. Who is Chelsea? I don't know. I don't know. She's a trouble child. All right. Are we okay with this? Anybody need more time? All right. I believe Amanda was the first one to raise her hand. So, Amanda, what is the fraction? What goes in A for 16%? What is the fraction? 4 over 25. Absolutely right. What about B, the decimal? 0.16. And then, Brooke, what'd you get for C? 0.005? Where's the decimal go? No. So like what? Between what and what? Yes. 0.05. And then Delaney, what about D? How much? No. Huh? Emma? 5%. 5%. Milton, if you're listening to this, Milton, talk to your daughter. She needs help. Just gave a message to your dad, Delaney. Better hope he don't listen to this. Email her father and tell him he has to watch the video now. You said 50%. Who heard Delaney say 50%? Say it out loud. Okay. Yep. See that, Milton? We heard her. She's guilty. No softball for her. All right. Seriously. Okay, back on task. Does anybody have any questions about this? Brooke? You Well, 4 over 25 can't be reduced anymore. That's as low as it gets. Huh? Okay. All right, guys, listen, we only have 6 minutes left, so we got to focus, okay? Back to reality here. Does anybody have any questions about these problems? Do you completely and thoroughly understand how to do this type of problem? All right. Okay. Oops. Hang on. That's kind of nice. Hang on, I got to erase this for the boys. All right, ladies, please. Please, settle down. There's more. Hold on. Oh, what's we have? Oh, here we go. I see. I had the pen too close when I was using the mouse. Okay. So the next question is going to come from lesson 19. This is coming from lesson 19. And you have to refer to the diagram or the figure below that I'm fixing to draw for you. Please know that it's not going to be to scale. So you're just going to have to bear with me on this, but I think it'll be close enough. Okay, and then we have some numbers here. Three and a half, we have 3, we have 1, we have 2. Okay, the first question is, and this comes from lesson 19, what is the perimeter? What is the perimeter of this problem? This is problem 11, and we're looking for the perimeter. Okay, Amanda? Huh? Actually, it does matter. And this diagram, it is in inches. All angles are right angles, by the way. So even though it may not look it there, all angles are right angles. Okay, see your hands. Okay. Gotcha. It's in inches. Okay, we're running a little low on time, so let's see if Amanda, what's Amanda's answer? 13 inches is absolutely correct. Now, Amanda, let me ask you a question. Thank you. That's all right. Amanda, how do you figure? We have 3, we have 6, 8, 9.5. So where did the other? Okay. Does everybody understand how we did that? Does anybody have any questions about this problem? Couldn't hear her explanation? Okay. What she's saying is, listen up. What she's saying is that this side here is 3 inches. And we've accounted for 2 inches right here, right? So we know this distance here has to be an inch. Right, Amanda? And then, and then we have this distance here we don't have a number for. We know the whole thing is 3.5. We know this is 1 inch, so there must be 2.5 inches here on the inside, going from here to here. So we have 2.5 plus 1 is 3.5, plus this half is 4, is 7, is 10, is 11, is 13. And that's how we got the answer for that, right, Amanda? Everybody understand that? Does anybody have any questions about that? Does everybody completely and thoroughly understand how to do that type of problem? Okay. then we will proceed very quickly with the 2 minutes we have left to the next test question, and it comes from. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. It's part of this figure. They also now would like to know. This is now coming from lesson 37. Lesson 37, and now they want to know what is the area. This is not as easy as the perimeter, obviously. Well, it can be. It can be. They want to know what the area of this is. Delaney, okay. All right. Let's see your hand. Oh, you're just raising your hand again anyway. Okay, Liz. Okay, we're short on time, so we're just going to go to the answer. You can keep working on it if you don't already have the answer. But Delaney, what'd you get, Delaney? No. Liz? 8? 8 inches squared. It's in inches. Absolutely right. Liz, how'd you do that? Okay, hold on. So did you do this? Watch. Look up here for me, folks, very quickly. What you could do is make this 2 boxes, right? Okay, so we have this box here, which we know is 3.5 by 2. So you take 3.5, or actually 3.5 times 2, it gives you 7, right? And then what is this one here? It's 1 here, so it's 1 by 1 is 1. So 7 plus 1 is 8, and then we're in inches squared, right? Listen, anybody have, now that you've seen it, even though you didn't do it, do you understand that? Do you have any questions about that? Do you completely and thoroughly know how to answer that kind of a question? Do we have review tomorrow? That's up to you. I'll be here.